Hey, what's up? It's Ben from WODprep, and in this video, I'm gonna teach you how you can keep your CrossFit fitness with nothing but a doorway pull-up rig. So I am going to help you escape the burpees and push-ups and air squats, the bodyweight workouts that are completely dominating our airwaves right now. I am going to teach you how you can get a great CrossFit style workout or maintain your CrossFit skills, maintain your CrossFit strength, and also get swole. So let me show you what I'm working with here. Again, you don't have to get this exact setup. I just want to show you what we're going to be using in today's video. And it's really inspired by the fact that I just opened this yesterday, posted it on Instagram, and everyone freaked out and said, oh my gosh, how do I get this thing? So I'm making a YouTube video about it. So it's called the Warrior Shed Pro Pack. And basically what you're getting is a really cool door mount pull-up bar. And it's one of the few that I've ever seen that's actually a straight bar, which, as all WOD preppers know, that's what we're working with in most CrossFit gyms. Bar muscle ups, toes to bar, all those good things. We're usually using a straight bar. So that's one thing I really like about it. It also comes with 4 bands in the package set, or I think you can buy all this stuff separate. But the bands are great. We're going to be using these a little bit later, especially in the Get Swole section. So I'm going to put these down. And then it also comes with a pair of rings. It's just 2 straight bars. They're welded together. This thing is adjustable. It like clicks and turns and does all that stuff. I'm sure you can find more information about it on the internet. But all I'm going to do is put this in my doorway and voila, it's ready to go. The reason I wanted to shoot this video is because I'm sick and tired of doing burpees and push-ups and air squats, and whatever else people are doing at home. And frankly, I want to get some bar work in. So here is a good example of what you need to get some bar work in. So first things first, I'm actually going to put these rings to the side. We will use them. But like I mentioned earlier, all we're going to do is go over a few things that you can do with a pull-up rig like this that will help you maintain your skills, also help you maintain and or develop strength, and then, like I said, get swole. So the first thing I'm gonna do, obviously, are strict pull-ups. So with a pull-up bar like this, what I like is that it's not hanging from here. I actually get to grab at almost my standing reach, and from here I can do all the normal things you think I can do with a pull-up bar. So strict pull-ups, not a problem. I can do jumping pull-up negatives. So if you're someone who's working on pull-ups and you can't quite do strict pull-ups, maybe by the end of this quarantine period, that could be one of your goals. I can simply jump up and then lower myself down as slow as possible. If you really want to learn strict pull-ups, or maybe even get your first one, or increase your unbroken set, then you should join Strict Pull-Up Strength. It's 8 weeks long, and we guarantee that it will help you improve your pull-ups. So not only can we work on our strict pull-ups, I can do things like strict toes to bar, so I can grab this high bar. This bar stays out of the way of my forearms, and I can literally work on those strict toes to bar. And what I like about it is that I can still get pretty decent range of motion. So once we've worked on those strict movements, sure enough, I can actually kip them. So for the toes to bar, I would do it facing this way, facing out, and I can do kipping toes to bar. Sure, there's a bit of a bar in a way and I can hit my forearms on it, but really, this is the first doorway pull-up rig I've ever been able to do kipping toes to bar. If you're someone who's still working on toes to bar, miraculously, the way this is designed, you actually get a perfectly scaled down version. So all I would need to do is face this way, grab the top, and now I'm gonna flick my feet. I'm gonna touch my toes to this bar rather than this bar. So here I am. And all of a sudden, now I have a shortened range of motion. So rather than having to get my toes all the way up to the top, as you've seen in some of our other toes to bar development videos, it's really, really valuable if you can set a target that's slightly lower. Kipping toes to bar, and yes, if you face this way, guess what I can do? Kipping pull-ups. And before you buy this thing and you just start swinging and going crazy on it, I do want to leave a disclaimer. It says not to do any of this. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to reveal to you in this video is extremely dangerous. Doorways are nothing to mess with. Please be careful and do not try this at home. So I am suggesting that you do not do any of these movements, but I'm just demonstrating for myself and for educational purposes how this can actually be really sturdy if you get a good quality brand. So don't do anything crazy, but I am accepting the risk, and if you accept the risk for yourself, then be my guest. But it does not recommend to do anything like kipping toes to bar, kipping pull-ups, but upon playing around with this thing, I've been incredibly impressed with how sturdy and strong it is. So admittedly, since I got this in yesterday, I've been playing around on it. Butterfly pull-ups, while possible, are not what I'd recommend because you're gonna hit your face on this, but I'll show you anyway. I was messing around with it yesterday, and you almost have to do some slow motion butterfly pull-ups. It's not what I'd recommend, and I really did feel like I was gonna knock my teeth out on this lower bar. So not necessarily the best thing. Shockingly, I don't know if I'm the first person to ever do it, but last night I tried something new, and I'm gonna try it again here. Again, highly not recommended, but believe it or not, I was able to do this. Hey YouTube, I would love it for you to subscribe to my channel, and to show you my dedication, I am going to sprint on the most evil piece of workout equipment ever created. I'm gonna sprint as hard as I can until you hit the subscribe button, all right? Does that sound good? So if you could, hit the subscribe button quickly. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So I do not recommend doing that in any way, shape, or form, but I was blown away when I tried a semi-strict, chicken wingy, ugly bar muscle up where I couldn't really push my head through the window, and I was able to do a doorway mounted bar muscle up. So I just wanted to show you all those things to show you how sturdy this particular unit is. And if you happen to get a really sturdy doorway pull-up bar, I don't want you to only be focusing on just strict pull-ups. There are several other different options that can potentially be added into your workouts to help you get better at all these skills that we're trying not to lose during quarantine. We've talked about using the pull-up bar. We'll get back to that in a little bit, but with this particular kit, just hit it's like down here. Just please hit the subscribe button. It also comes with a set of rings, which is really nice. So with a set of rings, all of a sudden your options become nearly endless. So I have this set of rings. Obviously, I can do ring dips. Watch out for the back of your head. You definitely can hit the top of this bar. For reference, I am 5'9.5", which is 176 centimeters, I believe. So be careful doing dips. Be careful doing any sort of muscle ups or anything stupid like I told you not to do. But you can hit your head here, you can hit your head here, but if you kind of stay in that hollow body position and keep your head forward, you can do plenty. And because it's so solid, I mean, I'm even able to do things like muscle ups, L-sit strict ring muscle ups. It's all on the table. If you're someone who's working on getting better at things like muscle ups or dips, guess what? Using the handy dandy bands that they sent, I could take, let's say, a set of bands, whichever level you need. I can wrap it around one of the rings and then put it, just kind of grab it on the other set of rings. And then I can do things like muscle up transition work. I mean, it's really incredible the amount of things that you can do to stay flexible on a simple home workout piece of equipment like this. Keep thinking out of the box. You saw me do a strict ring muscle up negative. You just saw me do some ring dips. If you're someone who's working on ring dips, you can do exactly what I just did. Just sit in the band and lower yourself all the way down, and then that band will assist you out of the bottom. I mean, really, your options are limitless, and it's a great way to develop strength, to develop gymnastic skills, and not just be focused on all those boring burpee and push-up and air squat workouts. So we've talked about gymnastic skills and skill development with the rings and on the bar. Now let's talk about strength. So how can we keep and maintain strength if we're not using a squat rack, if we don't have heavy weights? Well, we can actually do a lot with just a pull-up bar, and all I'm gonna add into the equation is something simple like a backpack. And as you may or may not have seen in one of my other videos, I just have something heavy. So this is like 2.5 gallons how many liters? 9.46 liters. And then I can do a lot of the movements that I just showed you, and all of a sudden they get a lot harder. So take any weight, add it into your backpack, put the backpack on your back. Just touch the button. Just hit the button. Just hit the. And now all of a sudden, those things like strict pull-ups, strict pull-ups get a heck of a lot harder. And yes, if you're using the rings, things like ring dips, I couldn't think of a better and tougher way to develop that chest strength and stability than doing weighted ring dips. I mean, I can already tell how much harder that is than everything else. And yes, since I know you're wondering, can Ben do a strict muscle up with this backpack on? I have no idea, but since this is an unscripted video, I'm gonna try it. And we're gonna keep it in if I can't do it. I don't have any chalk. Notice how I have my false grip. You can do it, Ben. That was very, very hard. Again, don't recommend doing any of this, but if you need to make it more difficult to develop that strength that I know we're all missing right now, not having access to all the weights, all you need is a backpack and a big old jug of water, and you can make a unit like this definitely keep and or accelerate your strength. Generally speaking, to develop the strength, I would focus, I'm out of breath, I would focus on doing sets, 3 to 4 sets, and the rep ranges, you're looking for maybe anywhere from the 8 rep range, 8 to 10 reps. That could be a great way to develop strength. Obviously, you could make it heavier and go for the 4 to 5 rep range. That's fine. Really, anything in your house like books, water, kettlebells, again, small humans, cats, maybe dogs. I love dogs, so maybe not dogs. But you can just put whatever you want inside I'm kidding.
Calm down.
You can put whatever you want inside that backpack, make it heavy, and then you can do different weighted versions of all the movements that we just discussed. So we've talked about skills, we've talked about strength. Now let's get swole. I mean, let's be honest, we're all hoping to maybe get those beach bodies ready for maybe going to the beach at the end of the summer, potentially, maybe. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you a great way to do some bodybuilding or functional bodybuilding. You can call this whatever you want, but the bottom line is if you get your muscles strong, then you are probably gonna be better going back into the gym. And sure, it doesn't help to look a little bit buffer and better. So, like I mentioned, this kit comes with a whole bunch of bands. You can use them in any way, shape, or form. I'm just gonna demo a few different movements that I would suggest doing. I'm gonna take this black band. I have found, don't wrap it around the bottom because it's gonna move. Wrap it around the top pull-up bar. And then I can do pretty much any sort of cable machine movement that you've ever seen done, you can do with a single arm. So that means things like single arm tricep extensions, right? I'm gonna focus on keeping my core nice and tight, keeping my elbow in. I can get a phenomenal pump just by using a simple strength band hooked to a pull-up bar, or really hooked to anything for that matter. But in this instance, a pull-up bar is all you need. So things like tricep extensions, I could also do the traditional tricep extension where I'm leaning forward, pushing it down. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So we have some tricep work that we can do. Next, I could take a band, maybe a heavier band like this green one. I can stand on it, and you bet I can get a pump in. So bicep curls, right? I mean, you don't need dumbbells. They're growing. All you need is this kit. All you need is a set of bands, and you can get a lot of stuff done. Chest flies. So I can come here, keep my arms extended, maybe slightly bent. And again, that's almost too hard. So come in here, get that 8 to 10 rep range, maybe add a few more. But here I have all those things, with a cable machine, I could do double flies. I'm just gonna isolate it into one arm just because I only have one band, and I can do my left and my right, no problem. Another thing you could do, face away, and I'm doing that same exact movement, just the reverse of it. Click, just the subscribe button. All of a sudden now I'm doing a back fly. And I can tell you right now, just after doing a few reps, I mean, you can hear how out of breath I am. I am at elevation. I'm at 5,280 feet, so let that be known. But even just a few reps with these, I can feel how I'm getting a pump in my muscles. And then next, I would probably make the band a little bit heavier. So let's go to one size up. Again, just wrap it around super easy. And all of a sudden, now I can get those single arm presses. So this is gonna focus on my chest. It's just as if I'm doing a single arm dumbbell press. And it's admittedly way more unstable than I'm used to, but I can tell you right now, it's really, really working. I can also take the same exact band, nice and heavy, and do single arm rows. So really all of that functional bodybuilding that you might have seen in your gym using things like kettlebells and dumbbells and all that strict muscle development or swollenness development movements that you might do at a normal bodybuilding gym, or you might even see some CrossFit gyms programming it, you can get a lot of it done, or at least a close variation of it done with nothing but a set of bands and something to hang them on. And you combine that with all the skills that we practice. This is a perfect home gym setup, and they're still in stock. So if you're interested in getting this Warrior Shed Pro Pack, I think is what it's called. Again, he's a local here in Colorado that someone in my gym linked me up with him. If he's still in stock, check the link in the description below or check the top comment. I'm sure he'd love it. I think the only caveat is that it's only for the United States. So he's unable to ship internationally right now. I will beg him to maybe do so in the future. But if you have access to a doorway pull-up rig of any sort, a set of rings, a set of bands, you have the ability to maintain your skills, maintain your strength, and to also get swole. So don't let this quarantine period hold you back. With just a few ideas that I presented in this video, I hope that you can take them and run with them. Why? There's 3 people watching this video who still haven't hit the subscribe button. 2, it's 2 people who haven't hit the subscribe button. Please. Here's what I want you to do. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite movement was that I performed today and what you are going to try. Again, if you have a doorway pull-up rig, I would highly suggest not swinging. Don't do anything crazy. Don't overdo it, you crazy CrossFitters, you, because we don't want to see you on a CrossFit fail video. But in this particular instance, this thing is super solid and I know that it can support my weight. So that's why I was able to do a few of the more complex skill movements. Let me know in the comments what's a movement that you're gonna try. What's a movement that you learned about in this video that you are excited to try on your own. Again, I will read every comment and either give you a sarcastic response or actually answer any of your questions that you ask below. Remember, smash the subscribe button if you haven't yet. I have lots more videos on the way. Most of them are going to be more polished. We're here at WODprep HQ right now. Normally we film this way and it's all pretty, but I wanted to get this done as soon as possible. A quick note is that if you do click the link and buy this kit, WODprep will be supported by that, so we do have a deal worked out with them. But really, the purpose of this video was not to sell a bunch of these. It was honestly just to show you how all you need is a couple pieces of equipment to get a great workout done. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and I will see you next week.